Hello and welcome back to the channel, or your first time to the channel, because I haven't posted content in ages. Anyways, we're back on a regular content schedule, and I'm super excited for today's video. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my journey, my story, what's kind of led to where I am today. So, if you guys want to be updated every time I drop a new video, every time I drop some value, I will be regularly uploading content from here on out. So, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, the infamous YouTube CTA. Be sure to do that, and let's jump right into it. So if this is your first time seeing me, this isn't necessarily going to be a piece of content that's created for the algorithms or something that's really going to be getting a lot of views, if we're being honest, because it's primarily just for people who already subscribe to me, people who already follow me. But I wanted to share a little bit about my journey going from a below average Joe working minimum wage job in blue collar jobs and how I've went on to build a business that's pretty successful. We've done over $1 million in sales. Our clients have done over $1.5 million in the last 19 months. And it's a relatively simple process. And it's very easy for people to look at me now, or people that are like in my communities or anything like that, and think it was easy or it happened overnight. And the reality is it's actually the polar opposite of that. I struggled for years and years and years, and it wasn't because lack of consistency or lack of effort. I got into the online game in 2018, shortly after my daughter was born. I was working a blue collar job in the Pacific Northwest, and I was installing the guardrails on the balconies of high rise buildings down in downtown Portland, Oregon. And it rains a lot, and I was extremely miserable. I remember being on like the roof of this building, probably in 18 inches of water all day, and I was just like, this is it. This is all I'm gonna do. This is ridiculous. What am I doing with my life? So I started looking into different ways and different opportunities to start making money online, and I was enamored with the quick money, how I was gonna be sipping drinks on the beach, and I was gonna have this passive income business, and I was gonna be making all this money like fucking overnight. And I bought into a course. It was about Amazon, where you ship goods to Amazon warehouse and they sell the products for you and you take a percentage. And the more and more I learned about the business model, I decided that I didn't necessarily want to move forward with that. It was going to take a huge financial investment on my part, which isn't necessarily huge. It was like $5,000 to $10,000 to buy products. But at the time I was making, bucks a month. So that was like 4 or 5 months of my salary to dump into a product that wasn't guaranteed to sell. So I got cold feet, or shiny object syndrome, like a lot of people call it. And I ended up jumping into another course about running a Facebook marketing agency, a Facebook ad agency, where I was going to be selling Facebook ads as a service to business owners. And this is actually where I started having my first taste success online. I started making money. I actually started cold calling and cold emailing chiropractic clinics in my area off of Yelp. And I was able to land a couple clients. I was able to land a few clients on a retainer where I was running Facebook ads for them. I was giving them the service of running their paid advertising campaigns. But the problem that I ended up making, and mistake I ended up making in my business, is after I acquired these clients, I was just maintaining relationships with these clients, and all my client acquisition kind of stopped. So I stopped trying to acquire more people after I landed these two clients, and eventually I lost both of them. So I was kind of back at square one. I quit my job, and I had virtually no money coming in at that point. And in the process of running this digital marketing agency, I was building out all these websites. I was building out all these sales funnels. I was doing these things for the business owners, and I kind of stumbled into the affiliate marketing space where I could sell other people's products and services as a service, or sell other people's products and services and get a commission every time I made sales. So I kind of wanted to lean into that. And at the time, there was a very popular trend. It was like a business in a box. It was where you could buy this thing, you could get this course, and then you could put all your links in, and you could put all your affiliate links, and you could just give it away to people, and they could kind of do the same thing. And it was super MLM vibes, like pyramid scheming. It was borderline slimy, made you feel dirty. But anyways, I was gung-ho on making money online. So this is kind of what I leaned into. I built out this course and this free course, and changed all my links and put all these videos inside of it and all that stuff. And I started running solo ads. I probably dumped $2,000 or $3,000 into solo ads, which is where you basically pay a email provider and they send an email to your list, and it usually just brings in a lot of low quality traffic. You really don't ever make any substantial amount of money, in my opinion. And I ended up pumping a bunch of money, probably $3,000 or $4,000 into solo ads, Facebook ads, all this stuff, and racking up a bunch of credit card debt. I was racking up credit card debt because I was under this notion the more money that I spent on these ads, that I would just start making money. Eventually things would start clicking and I would be making passive income. And that was not the case to the slightest. I didn't make any money. I probably made a couple dollars, free trial signups here and there, but no one ever actually stuck or actually stayed with the software that I was selling. And I was just basically accumulating debt. So I ended up tucking my tail between my legs, admitting to myself that I had fucking no idea what I was doing. And that I couldn't keep doing this because it was just going to keep burning money and I was not going to actually make any sales. So I went and got a job. I went and secured a minimum wage job. And at the time, I only had to work like 3 days a week and then 4 days a week. So it was a cool schedule. And I decided that I was going to keep doing what I was going to do. I was still wanted to build an online business. I wanted to learn how to monetize things online, but I decided to make a promise to myself that I was going to play longer term, that I was going to make it a point to commit to something and actually do it for a longer period of time. Because prior, everything that I was doing in my business, I was looking at it from what can I do today to make the most amount of money today versus, hey, how can I build this thing that's going to set me free over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? So I ended up jumping into a program that taught you how to write a blog, an authority site, and how you could potentially replace your job's income in 24 months with an authority blog site. And I always naturally liked writing, so it came natural. So I went crazy on a blog. So while having a full-time job, working the job, having my daughter, she was probably 2 at the time, I decided to start a blog. And in the span of 6 months, I wrote 296,000 words on this blog, which, to add context, is about 5 Harry Potter's books worth of content. And then I started doing matching YouTube videos. If you actually scroll back in this channel, you'll see a lot of the topics that I did. A lot of my videos were extremely cringy. They were bad. And the biggest mistakes I made there was I didn't actually think about buyer's intent or think about writing blog posts or articles on topics that would potentially cater to somebody that was looking to buy a product, right? I was so tunnel visioned into the affiliate marketing space that I started writing a bunch of blog posts and doing reviews on affiliate programs. And being somebody who's been in the affiliate space for some years now, I've never Googled an affiliate program review. So needless to say, I put a lot of energy into writing this blog, writing all these blog posts. There's a massive amount of content over there. And I wrote them on topics that nobody was really looking for. So that was another very big mistake in my business. And I was extremely burnt out on writing blog posts that weren't doing anything for me. And I kind of had an aha moment one night where there was a popular product that was launching and I was going to write a review on it because this product was potentially going to pop off and it was like launch jacking this product. So I wrote a review on it. It never ranked. I don't even think it's ranked to this day. And I probably wrote, I think it was the largest blog post I wrote to date. It's about 5,400 words, pictures and graphics and YouTube videos, and it never went anywhere. So I kind of had a reflection and I realized that I didn't necessarily want to start operating my business. I didn't want to continue to operate my business this way because I was tired of putting in all this energy and then just sitting on my hands waiting for it to start working, for things to start moving financially in my business. So I ended up jumping into a program that taught me how to sell high ticket products on Facebook. And that's where everything changed in my entire business. My entire life started to change from that point. So it went from years of struggling and doing all these different things, plug and play affiliate marketing, done for you business in a box, running Facebook ads, solo ads, paid ads, focusing on all these funnels and all these automations. And I made it a point to get rid of all of it. So after jumping into this program, I decided I was just going to do Facebook. And within 9 days, I made a high ticket sale. So I went from years of struggling to making high ticket sale within 9 days of making this pivot and being very proactive in my business. And that's kind of where I decided to put all of my energy. So over time, I stopped doing everything. I canceled my funnel accounts. I canceled my automations. I canceled all these other moving parts of my business. And I put in all of my focus to building my brand on Facebook. And that first year, I ended up wrapping up the year with about $100,000 in affiliate sales. So I went from 0 results, minimal results, to ending the year to having a decent amount of success. And the one thing that I started to realize is that a lot of the really big creators, a lot of like really successful people, they all had communities, they all had groups of their own. So I started putting a big focal point on growing my own group, started running trainings, started running lives. I actually did weekly live Wednesdays in my group for probably 6 or 7 months. And I was extremely awkward, extremely nervous, and they were the worst videos ever, but they got me really comfortable on camera. So the biggest problem that I ended up running into is that on Facebook, the standard was go find groups, go look for all these groups of high level entrepreneurs and start adding random friends and sending people messages out of all these communities. So I realized that there was power in having a community. So I wanted to eventually be in a position where I didn't have to add friends from groups. I didn't have to go find other groups to harvest leads or look for leads in. And it was right at this time that TikTok came out. It was TikTok just started popping off and was like just a thing, and short form video content started blowing up with like wildfire. And I realized the power of utilizing the short form videos to grow a group, and it in turn would eliminate that aspect to having to go find friends to add, go find other people's communities communities because and what I've learned now and where I'm at in my business now is it's infinitely easier to sell and convert sales out of your own community versus going and putting this surface level value in someone else's community and trying to sell products. So I started leaning heavy into utilizing short form video content to grow my own group. And at the time, I think I had like maybe less than 1,000 members. And I ended up enrolling a coaching client who kind of wanted to play around with this strategy. And we made it a point to take this concept and apply it into her business. And she was able to take her group from creation, like didn't have a community, and we took her to over 1,000 members in less than 90 days. And that's when I realized I had a strategy, right? I had something that I wanted to lean heavy into. And long story short, this is the exact same model we use in our business to this day, and the same framework we give to our clients who've done over $1.5 million in the last 19 months. And that's really where things started to take off. Fast forward 6 months from that point, I ended up teaming up and locking arms with Flip Moss, where we wanted to launch a masterclass. We realized we were doing very similar things in our business. We were utilizing the attention of short form video, TikTok, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. This is before all that came out when we were doing it. But over time, all those new platforms have come out with their own versions of short form video content. We realized we were operating the same type of business model where we were capturing the attention with the short form video, funneling them into the group, sending them to the community, utilizing the content in the community to build relationships and sell products to people. And we ended up kicking off a masterclass. January 28th, 2022 is when we ended up launching Group Juice, which has become one of our babies. There's about 600 members in it at the time of making this video. It's transformed hundreds of people's lives and our own businesses. So as a whole, it's a relatively simple thing, simple business model. We've got very lean, and just now, as you guys can see, as I'm doing a video right here on YouTube, we're just now starting to diversify traffic sources. We're just now starting to add more complex things to the business. And the one thing that I wish somebody would have told me in the beginning is keep it as simple as possible for as long as possible. You don't need crazy tech. You don't need to go viral. You don't need to create fake side hustle content. You don't need to do all these different things to actually start having success online. If I look at some of our most successful clients, they have very targeted audience that are very small, less than 700 members in their group, and they've done multi six figures online. So as a whole, in a nutshell, that's kind of my journey to doing 7 figures in sales between me and my business partner. It wasn't an easy journey. Building an online business is definitely not going to be the fucking easiest thing in the world. And anybody who tells you that it is, that guarantees you 10K in 90 days, if you buy their plug and play $6,000 system, run. And that's coming from somebody who bought all of them. It wasn't until I started doing what I do now that my business changed, that my entire life changed. I'm just a regular guy, right? I used to literally work minimum wage jobs. I'm nobody special, and I've done it. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of a minute summary of the last few years online. And if you guys want to personally see how we do things, see how we operate, see how our model differs from a lot of people who are telling you can make money online, hit the link in the description. There's a completely free workshop, absolutely no cost, breaks down everything we're actually doing in our business and how you can actually get started. That way you can figure out if it's even something you want to do. And that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend, and I will see you in the next one.